Have you ever wondered how a wall could change the world? We often think of walls as just physical barriers, but the Berlin Wall was so much more than that. It was a symbol of a divided era, an era that saw the world split into two opposing ideological blocks. Picture this: Germany, post-World War II, a nation divided with Berlin at the heart of this divide. The wall, though it physically separated East and West Berlin symbolically, it did much more. It was the line that separated two worldviews, two ways of life, capitalism and communism. Its impact was far-reaching, affecting not only Germans, but the entire world. It was a constant reminder of the tensions that existed between the East and West, a tangible embodiment of the Cold War. The wall wasn't just bricks and mortar, it was a physical representation of a divided world. To understand the fall, we need to understand the rise. So let's rewind to the aftermath of World War II. With the dust of the war settling, Germany found itself divided, carved up by the Allied powers into East and West. Berlin, the heart of Germany, was also split, becoming a symbol of the escalating tensions between the East and the West. This division was more than just lines on a map. It was a stark contrast in ideologies, politics, and lifestyles. The East, under Soviet influence, was staunchly communist, while the West was a beacon of capitalism and democracy. As the years rolled on, a crisis emerged. People in the East began to migrate to the West in droves, seeking a life beyond the Iron Curtain. This mass exodus was a stark embarrassment for the East German authorities. Their solution? Build a wall, a physical barrier to halt the migration. And so the wall rose, not just dividing a city, but also a world. Now, imagine living in a city divided by a wall. This was the reality for the people of Berlin. On one side, West Berlin, life hummed along at a pace set by the Western world. There were coffee shops, bustling markets, and vibrant nightlife. But on the other side of the wall, in East Berlin, life was strikingly different. The communist regime kept a tight grip on daily life. Freedom of speech was a distant dream, and scarcity was the norm. Yet, the human spirit is resilient. There were those who dared to dream of a life beyond the wall. They risked everything, attempting daring escapes, each story a testament to their courage and desperation. Yet for many, life behind the wall was a harsh reality they had to accept. The wall was not just a physical divide, it was a symbol of the divide between freedom and oppression, between hope and despair. The wall was more than a physical barrier. It was a barrier to freedom. But like all walls, this one too had to fall. The Berlin Wall's downfall began with a series of protests. People yearned for freedom, for a life beyond the concrete barrier. Their voices rang out loud and clear, echoing through the streets of East Germany. The political landscape began to change, as the East German government found itself unable to resist the rising tide of public sentiment. Then came an infamous press conference mistake. The announcement of eased travel restrictions was misunderstood, leading people to believe the wall was open. The news spread like wildfire, and before anyone knew it, East Berliners were flooding to the checkpoints. The night of November 9, 1989 marked a turning point in history. The guards, overwhelmed and under orders not to shoot, finally opened the barriers. The wall was breached and jubilant crowds poured through, uniting a city divided for far too long. And just like that, the wall fell, and the world watched in awe. So what happens when a wall that divided a city for 28 years suddenly disappears? Imagine the joy, the tears, the relief as families and friends embrace, no longer separated by concrete and barbed wire. Berlin, once a city torn in two, began to heal, and the ripples of that healing spread across Germany, leading to the country's reunification less than a year later. The fall of the Berlin Wall also echoed around the world, a powerful symbol that barriers can be broken, that division can give way to unity. It reminded us of the resilience of the human spirit, of our innate desire for freedom and connection. As we've journeyed through this epic tale together, one thing is clear: the Berlin Wall was more than just a physical structure. It was a symbol of an era, a testament to the power of people's desire for change. The fall of the Berlin Wall was not just a historical event, it was a symbol of the triumph of freedom over oppression. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.